Hey y'all, thanks for clicking on another video. And in this video, we're just gonna do a full face. I'm definitely gonna probably have to do a voiceover because everybody's in the house today, so it's kind of loud. So with that being said, we're just gonna jump right into the video. And before we jump right into the video, I'm gonna show you two things that I picked up from Ulta Beauty. And I picked up a new bronzer from Juvia's Place, and the shade I got is Mahogany. And I picked up a Skin Finish Natural powder thing from MAC. What shade did I get it? Oh, I got it in Dark Deepest. So yeah, those are the two things that I picked up from Ulta today. So we are going to do a full face today and try those two new products out. So like I said already, it's probably gonna be a voiceover because everybody's home, but the content still gotta be made, okay? I still gotta work, all right? So with that being said, I'm gonna see you guys in the living room. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a full face, and yes, I'll be taking you along with me for the entire routine from start to finish. So go ahead, grab a snack, get comfy, or even pull out your own makeup bag and get ready with me. For me, I like to start out with gelling my brows. I like to go in with my e.l.f. brow gel, and I'll basically slick them as slick as I can because I do have some bushy brows. I'll slick them going straight up due to the fact that they are outgrown for the last couple of months. I have not got them done. So normally I'll just slick them as high as it can go, and then when the gel starts to dry down a little, then I will go ahead and frame them into the shape I would like my brows to be for the look. Alright, so right now I'm basically just going to smooth the gel into every strand of my hair so I can get it as straight as possible, well, as gel down as possible. And then I'm gonna go in and comb over, or brush over the long strands, so even though my brows aren't done, I can still give a clean finished look like so. I don't know how the girlies are able to get their brows as perfect as they want it so fast, but I swear working on my brows take longer than doing my full face of makeup. And I'm not sure it's because my brows are never done or it's just because they're just thick and bushy, but I swear that my brows always take me forever to get them to lay the way I want. Maybe I should get them laminated. Is that what they call them when you basically perm your brows? I have to look into that. But anywho, we are going to go into the next step. The next step, I normally like to go in with some HD powder from e.l.f. And what I like to do is just lock in the gel before I go in and shade them in. So at this point, this is what I'm doing with my HD powder from the e.l.f. Not e.l.f., but e.l.f. Cosmetics. All right, now that they're all powdered up, I'm going to get into shading them in. And what I'm going to use is a double-sided brow pen that I ordered from TikTok shop. But if you guys like this pen, I also got it in my Amazon storefront, which is always linked at the bottom of my videos in the description box. But anywho, I am going to go in with the first side, which is double-sided, and I'm just going to do hair strokes like so. Let me just tell you this, that you're just gonna have to trust the process, because I know you guys are probably looking at me right now and it's like, why is she doing her brows so dark? But trust me, when I brush them out, you're gonna see a little difference. And if you don't see a difference after I brush them out, at the end of my beat, it would look different. But yeah, in the beginning, they look crazy. They look thick, they look wild, and they look unattainable. But trust me, by the end of this look, you're gonna love my brows. You guys always do. One side always come out looking better than the other side. Like, they are never sisters, they're always just cousins. Always remember that, girls or guys. Don't worry about them always being perfectly looking the same as each other, because one side is always gonna look toe up and the other side you're gonna always do a good job on. Now I told y'all why I'm doing this voiceover, right? Them kids was kizzing. Like, I mean, loud as can be. What's crazy is that they have their own room, but they decide to never be in it. They just want to be in the living room. Like, at this point, I need to go make my videos and record in their room because their room is always free. Like, now you see what I was talking about when I say when I brush them out just a little bit, it starts to look a little bit more real. But yeah, I mean, that face I just made didn't help what I was trying to explain to you guys. But yeah, they look less Sharpie marker and more like bushy brows. But anywho, we are going to hop in and go ahead and highlight the bottom of my brows. And you guys already know what I like to use under my brows. I like to use under my brows is the LA Girl concealer, and the reason I like to use this is because it's only $5, okay? And I am not spending my $20 concealer under my eyebrows. When I get my eyebrows done, they're only $7. I'm not spending $27 concealer on eyebrows that cost $7 to get them done, okay? That's just what I'm not gonna do. And another thing, I just love me some LA Girl under my brows. Like, I just do. But it being $5 is the main reason. Now y'all see, we damn near 10 minutes into the video already and your girl is still working on her brows. And let me tell you something. When I turn the camera on, I'm actually trying to move fast. Like, I do not want my battery to run out. I don't want nothing to die. I'm trying to get it in and out so I can create the content. So I'm really trying to move as fast as I can, but 10 almost 10 minutes in and we still on the brows. We are still on our butterfly wing doors. Now, after we highlighted the brows, we are going to blend out the concealer. What I like to do is basically blend the concealer out all the way to the bottom of my lids. This is just me pinning my hair because it's obviously getting in the way. I should have pinned it up in the beginning, but I didn't. So here I am doing it now. But after I finally get that hair to be pinned up, I am going to go ahead and blend out the concealer all the way down to my lids because I am going to use that basically as a primer for my eyelids. Now tell me these eyebrows don't look too good now that the concealer is all around them. Okay, I told you guys, you gotta trust the process. Like, baby girl, you can't tell me nothing about these eyebrows. They bushy and thick, but they look good. Okay. Okay, apparently, even though I'm looking at this video right now, it looks like I actually put enough concealer on my eyelids, but for some reason it didn't look that way when I was doing it. So there I am adding more concealer to my eyelids to cover it up even more. And then I'm going to blend that out. And after I blend out all the concealer, I'm gonna go in with the same HD powder from e.l.f. that I did on my brows. I'm gonna go in with the same powder on my eyelids to lock in the concealer. Okay, let's get back to the video. Okay, now that my concealer is all locked in with the powder, we are going to start on our eyeshadow. The eyeshadow palette that I choose to use for this look is the Coffee Shop, and this palette is from Juvia's Place. I'm gonna go in with the top brown color first. At this point, I'm not sure what look I am going for, but I just know I'm going to do something simple. So there it is. Okay, now that I am all browned out, I'm gonna go on with a lighter shade, and that is basically the white at the top row. If I'm not, yes, it's actually not white, but on camera it looks white. It's more like a really light beige. But yeah, now I'm gonna put this towards the corner of my eyes just to give it a pop of color, because I want to do simple, but I don't want to look bland. Okay, now that I am done with the eyeshadow, we are gonna go in with my glock that you can also find in on my Amazon storefront. That will be linked below, like I said earlier. But we're gonna go on with my glock, and then I'm gonna grab an angle brush, and I am gonna go ahead and do my little wing. What I like to do is basically stamp the brush into my skin first, and you see the line that I get after, then I'll just shade it in like so. Normally this gel is not that hard to work with. It's just that mine is drying out. Your girl needs to get another one, but she haven't yet, so she just had to work with this dried out one. But anywho, this is how I do my wings. Okay, boom. Now they're done. Now we're just gonna clean them up on the side. I'm gonna go in with my same $5 concealer because you cannot go wrong. But anywho, we're just gonna like that. Okay, we're just gonna like that. Okay. Now after that, I'm just gonna grab my concealer brush and just blend it out. Just blend it out. All right, now that I like what I see, I'm gonna go in with starting my face. And first thing first, we are going to moisturize. I am a dry face girly, so what I have to do is I need to moisturize with something thick, because if not, when I do my whole face, the makeup will dry my skin out. So there I am, rubbing in some thick cream moisturizer to protect my skin from all of the makeup. La di da di da, la di la di da di da. All right, come on now. Okay, it looks like I'm done now. So now we're gonna move this hair out the way. Like I said earlier, we should do this first. But anywho, we're gonna pin this hair up, and then we're gonna hop into the primer. The primer I will be using for this look is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Like that. All right, now that I dried my primer down with the fan, we are gonna go in with my girl, my favorite girl, Danessa Myrick. Okay, I don't know what she put in this yummy skin, but when I say it gives yummy skin, yes, it do. So the shade I'm gonna go in with is 10. And this cream foundation is very buildable. You can use a lot if you are a heavy foundation wearer, or you can use a little bit. And like you can see right here, I am just basically dabbing my brush in and spreading it out throughout my face. I am a very light but full beat type of girl. At some point, I used to try to be the type of girl that did not want to wear foundation and just go on with a whole bunch of different concealers and whatnot. But I realized that I actually like the way my makeup look when I start out with foundation. Although sometimes I would just do the concealer under my eyes without foundation being there, but overall I do like how my makeup look when I actually layer my makeup on top of each other, like using the foundation first and then going with the concealer and the blush and the bronzer or contour. But yeah, I just wanted to make that clear because I know a couple of months or maybe a year ago I used to try to not use that much foundation and go straight in with the concealer, but I actually like building my makeup on top of each other. So anywho, we're gonna go on with the concealer. The concealer I will be using is from Too Faced in the shade Toffee. I don't know what I was doing trying to get you guys to see that name, but anywho, we are going to highlight the spots that we all normally do, which is under our eyes, the bridge of our nose, our forehead, and under our nose, that little part right between your lip and your nose. Yeah, that part too. Okay, now that I highlighted all the places that I normally highlight, we are going to go in with our curb case. And what I will be using the curb case for in this video is my blush. Okay, so starting out with the blush, I like to make sure I start at the top of my cheekbones first, and then I will drag the remaining going down, but I do like to start high first. All right, now that my blush is all blended out to my liking, we are going to go ahead and tackle on this concealer. At one point, I was going to blend it out with a powder brush, and then I changed my mind. So there I am, going in with my concealer brush from Sephora. I can't really think of which number it is, but yeah, I am blending out my concealer like so. Okay, now that the concealer is all blended out, we are going to hop into one of the starter shows. Okay, we are finally going to open up this new bronzer that I got from Juvia's Place. I'm sorry, that I got from Ulta Beauty, but it's by Juvia's Place. All right, I never use this kind of bronzer. I've been using my bronzer from the Curve Case. So this liquid like bronzer, it's scaring me a little, but let's just go ahead and get into it. So what I'm gonna do is line my cheekbone under my blush, and then I'm going to tackle my nose and then eventually my forehead. At some point, I noticed I probably put a little bit too much bronzer, but it is my first time and I'm gonna work through it. So I'm just gonna blend it out as much as I can to get that a desired look that I would normally get with any other bronzer. Okay, now that I added the extra concealer that I wanted under my eyes and on my nose, we are going to now set it in and set it in with some setting powder. After dusting everything away, I noticed that my nose needed a little bit more shaping. So yeah, that is what I'm doing with my nose contour brush that I got from Amazon, and of course it is linked in my storefront. Okay, boom. Now that that's done, we are going to set the face with some setting spray that I got from, I believe, Target in the brand of Milani. I absolutely love this setting spray, and no, it's not only because it's under $20. I actually do like the setting spray. All right, now that we are all fanned out, we are going to go ahead with some more blush, but this one is going to be in a powder form, and I am going to lay it on top of the cream-like form blush I did earlier, because you guys see, after all that concealer and bronzing, my blush started to fade away. So I'm just going to set it in with some powder brush, and the powder blush I will be using is from the Juvia's Place Duo. I don't know what volume that is because I'm not doing a voiceover in front of all my makeup. I'm actually hiding away in the room trying to get this voiceover done while everyone else is living in the living room. Just to give a more snatched look, I do like to go in with my setting powder and like outline the end of my bronzer. And you will see how that looks at the end, because baby, it snatches your face, snatches it to the gods. Okay, going in with the same eyeshadow that I use on my eyelids, I am just going to use that to like color in the bottom of my eye to give it a shadow look. After that, we're just gonna go in with some mascara on our lashes now. The mascara I'm using is from One Size. I'm not too much of a fan of this mascara, but it costs money, so we are going to use it until it is finished. But I swear, when I use this mascara, it literally gets everywhere. Like, look at my nose. How did it get there? I just think this applicator it's like just too big and bulky. So I just like look under my eye. Like look under my eye. Yeah, I don't like using it. It just gets everywhere, but we're going to use it. So yeah. The faces we make when putting mascara on should be studied because why do we make these faces? Like it feels like and it looks like I'm stretching my face out to put makeup on my lashes. Like, do that even make sense? Yet we all do it. So yeah, now this is me trying to clean up my nose with some powder, trying to powder wipe the mascara that got on my nose. And that's a tip for you guys. If you need to clean up a mistake, it's either you use concealer or you can just powder it away like I just did. Okay, now let's get into this MAC Studio finish powder that I've been itching to get my hands on to the point that I have similar ones from Black Radiance and I believe Maybelline, and I was still reaching and itching to get the product from MAC because I've heard so many good things about it. So I was so excited when I finally decided to just spend the money, honey, and get what you want. Now that I opened it and I'm ready to use it, I notice I do not have a brush for this type of finishing powder. So of course your girl gonna have to just work with what she got. I'm eventually gonna come across a Real Technique powder brush, and I'm just gonna decide to go with the one I've been using with my Black Radiance. I never liked how it applied the powder, it just put too much. So clearly it's the wrong brush, but I gotta make it do what it do, and one day I'll get the right brush. But so yeah. All right, after setting the whole face, I'm gonna go in with some highlighter. No, it looks like I changed my mind. I am going to outline my lips with the curb case that I used earlier with the blush, I'm going to use the darkest shade in this palette, and I'm going to use this to line my lips. At this point, this is absolutely my favorite thing to use to line my lips because um, any other lip liner I feel like do not show as much on my lips, and the only way it shows on my lips is if I use a powder before the liner. But with this cream, I do not need to use a powder, so 9 times out of 10, I'm going to grab this palette to line my lips. Look at the lips. Isn't that a perfect shade for my complexion? All right, now we're gonna go in with a lipstick, and I believe this shade is MVP from Fenty. I love me a good red, and she outdid herself with this one. I also have this one in the shade brown, and I just don't know how to use it. But girl, this shade right here is to die for, and it's so matte like, but in like the most creamy way. Okay, now that I'm done with my lips, I'm gonna go ahead and start highlighting my cheekbones and the bridge of my nose. The highlighter that I will be using is from Fenty, and I believe this highlighter is an all body highlighter, so you can add the sparkle to your face or to your chest or shoulders, wherever you desire to add some shimmery. But yeah, I believe the shade that I'll be going in with is called Rose Mother. But yeah. Now, as we highlight our face, don't you love a multi talented woman? I'm over here beating my face to the God and mothering my kids, okay? So after highlighting in all the spots, I decided to show you how much I've been loving down. Oh, there she go. There she go. All right, now that we're all finished, let's go ahead and set the face once again. A lot of times you can actually set the face between each step. Um, I don't do that, but I've seen a lot of people doing it and it works out for them. I just don't see the need for me to do that. But yeah, now we're just gonna air dry it. Well, dry it with the fan and stay tuned for the finished look. And there you have it. This is the finished final look of my fully beat face. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys consider subscribing if you have not subscribed yet. I am still on the go on trying to get my 1,000 subscribers. I'm not there. I'm just so close, but I am not there. So you guys watching this video and have not subscribed yet, I will truly love if you guys go ahead and press the subscribe button to help me reach my goal. And like, look at the face. I mean, did I not do that? Huh? Did I? Okay. Alright, so if you made it this far into the video, at this point we are truly locked in, and I hope to see you in my next video. Stay tuned. Bye.